The other day, after putting my son down to sleep, I was doing, the usual, as I received a message from ZHIYUN saying, "Hey, we have some really cool lights. Would you like to test them out?" I immediately messaged back saying, "This would be really cool. Please send them over." I then patiently waited to receive these lights, checking out the window every single day. And then, there it was, the box I had been waiting for. I opened the box to find two tiny lights, something so small, almost like it could fit in my back pocket. I quickly went downstairs and started setting up the lights. I used the CM25 as backlight, and I bounced the CX100 into a white sheet, and this was the result. I then started testing the CX100 brightness compared to my Amaran 200D and found out that the CX100 was about as bright as my Amaran 200D at 40%, but of course only for a fraction of the size. And now for Chapter 3, examples. I had spent enough time in the studio looking at these lights and everything they could do, the power output, the color accuracy, and now it was time to test these lights practically. I was going to go around the house and set up different shots using these two lights. So, as any good cinematographer would do, I started by turning off all the lights in the house. I started by placing my CX100 at 2700 Kelvin. I then placed the CM25 at 6200 Kelvin to create the most color separation I possibly could. I could easily change the intensity and color temperature using the knobs on the sides, like this, going from 6200 Kelvin to 2700 Kelvin. Both these lights have an impressive 30 minutes of battery time, which is great when putting lights in small and awkward places that don't have access to wall power, like here, or here, or here, or here, and even here. And both these lights can be charged back up with a USB charger. I then went down to the basement laundry room and tried creating a very simple lighting setup. I started by setting only the CM25 at 100% on my windowsill to act as light coming in through my window. This is what it would look like without that light. I then simply turned on a bulb in our furnace room to create the color contrast that I was looking for. Having a small and bright light like this is a big change to what I'm used to using, as shots like the ones I was creating would have typically taken much more time to set up. I then went down to my computer and started to test lights here too. I placed my CM25 behind the computer monitor to create an ambient glow around my workspace. I then pointed the CX100 into the corner of my room to increase the room tone and match the color monitor's color temperature. I wanted to do one final test in my living room in midday sun to see how these lights would hold up. I then added some ND filters, grabbed a tape ball, and fixed the reflection of the picture behind me, and this was the result. I then sat down and considered all the ways that I had tested these lights and thought, wouldn't it be cool if every shot in this video was filmed only using these ZHIYUN lights?